Okay, so we did this last time we recorded. We're doing it again. It's the companion to the Teebs and KidPhoenix podcast. I feel like people really like this. So I think we're going to keep doing it for the end of series 2 and potentially the rest of our run here on the interwebs. How does that sound?
We'll see if we can keep it going. I mean, we might not have something to say every time, but
I mean, we record every 2 weeks, so it something's bound to happen within 14 days of pop culture.
I mean, you never know.
Real quick
I mean,
before.
there's the holidays.
Okay,
There's
all right.
uh,
There's the there's the frantic Thanksgiving and Christmas takes that we need to get out there.
exactly right.
Real quick before we get into the some of the crux of this, any thoughts about the whole Blade production being a complete shit show already? Like the director dropped out and the Hirsch is really upset. Like it's it's panic time.
See, I don't understand what's going on here because that one was in the pipeline way before any of the rest of these other ones.
Yeah, it was
So
at Hall H.
why?
At Hall H, if you were in the Marvel panel, like that was the one. That was the one where everybody lost their shit.
Well, it was announced, I don't know, I want to say 5 years ago.
I think so. It's this movie has been, like you said, it's been in the pipe for quite some time. And the fact that it's like all off the rails already, not good. Doesn't bode well.
Not good.
I would all now see. I don't want to say this, but I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. I think it's funny that the only two MCU movies that are in the pipeline that have had any kind of controversy or problem are both the black films. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm joking. Totally joking. Although kind of serious. But no.
Well, Wakanda Forever did kind of have their lead actor die
Yeah,
before production started.
I feel like that's a
Um,
problem. That's an excusable thing to happen.
and the problem with this Blade movie is um, there's already like two and a half good Blade movies. So, like, what else are you going to pull from, bro?
No, it's not two and
Like,
a half. It's not two and a half good Blade movies. It's two good Blade movies. Blade Trinity was booty cheeks.
Blade, Blade Trinity has some moments. It's got some
It's
moments.
got
Come
a
on,
moment. It's got a
come on.
moment. But you know what
It's
show
got
had?
it's got Deadpool in it, bro.
Yeah, all right, fine. But you know what has a lot of great moments, and the great moments keep continuing? Fucking She-Hulk. This show, I
Great.
don't know what to tell you folks anymore. If you're not watching the show, fucking get on it. Like this show is so good.
If
It,
you don't like it, I mean, look, I'm not going to tell you that you have to like it, but you cannot. No one's going to sit here and tell me that it's not a well-made show, that it's not a well-written show, it's not a clever show, it doesn't have something to say. Like, you're
right.
not going to tell me any of that. Like,
No.
because that shit is just patently
It's
false.
just
It's just
patently
false.
incorrect. It's just wrong.
And and
We are on the hill dying
I
for you, Jennifer Walters. We are definitely doing that.
I'm a big fan of that character. It does something that the comics have not done a great job at doing, and that is really making Jennifer Walters into a character and not just tossing her in the bin because She-Hulk is so awesome, which is just something they address in the show. And I mean, I think it's incredible. I think it's great. I think it's exactly what you would want to see from a show like this, to give you an angle on a character that you maybe hadn't thought of before. Also, giving you a little bit more insight into the Marvel universe and like how people are just living in this world where there's superheroes flying around.
Right.
Like, that was always the most interesting stuff to me. Um, so yeah, like, I don't know what your beef is. Like, I don't know what you were expecting this show to be. I don't know why you're mad, bro. Like,
We
what?
are
Because the CGI is not great. I mean, look,
Whatever.
how else are they going to do it? What do you want? What do you
They
want to? How do you want to do it?
they want
Do you want
Tatiana.
Ronda Rousey?
Yeah,
Do you
right.
want big? I'm sorry, I'm not down with WWE divas, but do you want WWE Diva X in green paint walking around?
Yeah,
Is that what you
no,
want? You'd
no.
rather have that.
The I think the discussion about the CG, I think that argument is dead because
Thank you.
the story is written very well, and like you said, it's a great look into the character of She-Hulk. And just to circle back to something you said, yes, it's yes, Wong is in it, and yes, Bruce Banner makes an appearance once or twice, but on the surface, this show is 1000% about Jennifer Walters and developing her as a character independent of what's really going on outside of the Marvel universe. Like they're allowing She-Hulk to breathe and kind of become herself, so to speak, and just like not have to rely on a whole bunch of other like big boy characters or big girl characters or anything like that. Like, no, it's She-Hulk, and
Right.
they're making it, and they're allowing her to stand on her own 2 feet until she gets thrown into like Avengers movie X or whatever the hell.
If she gets thrown into Avengers movie X, she may not. Um,
Like if there are
the other
multiple
thing
seasons,
is,
if there are multiple seasons of She-Hulk, I'd be down.
yeah, because you can always throw in character of the week X who's in court and
Right.
boom, like there's your show for the week. Like it's a great device, it's a great vehicle. I think it's a good show. Um I mean, if you were hating on the show, you were just bound, you were just going, you were just started off from that assumption. You were just looking for things to hate.
Right.
You were never going to give the show a chance in the first place.
It's same with Miss Marvel, same with, Shang-Chi or anything like that. Like you went in with these preconceived notions and you're just looking for stuff to get mad at. So if you found something, congratulations. But if you're enjoying the show, keep enjoying it. Another show that we kind of have to give people's opinions on, and this is going to be a short opinion because I really don't know what to make of it yet. We're giant Star Wars nerds, are we not? We are,
No,
we stop, don't lie.
no,
We are out here,
we're not.
we are out here defending George Lucas's good name.
I'm
Andor.
sorry, but it is really hard to claim that fandom these days.
It kind of is, but Andor. I'm 4
Yeah.
episodes in, and I really don't know what to make of the show yet. And I'm starting to think that that is an issue. Like
Well,
I don't know what it is. Uh, at first, I thought it was like this Star Wars spy thing, so I was like really into it. But then somewhere it turned into like a Dog the Bounty Hunter in Star Wars universe. Like I'm not there with the show yet. I'm gonna keep watching and see what happens, but I'm just not there yet.
like
I need some shit to get
initially,
infiltrated.
yeah, like it's taking a long ass time for you to deliver on kind of the promise of the show. Now, I mean, they didn't do that with Kenobi.
No.
Darth Vader shows up in the first
First
episode.
goddamn
Been
episode.
waiting for that.
But yeah,
Andor, like I was kind of promised, like, I don't know, like Munich or
yeah.
like, you know,
That's what I
like
thought
Star
too.
Wars Munich,
And it's just
Star
not there.
Wars, what's a great resistance movie? I can't think of one off the top of my head. And
Rogue
Munich's not
One.
really a resistance movie, but
Rogue
I
One.
mean, you know what I mean, like a French resistance movie or like a
Why it's gotta be French resistance?
because that's the only okay.
All
Because that's
right.
the most comparable thing in my mind where there was an evil empire that had taken over and there was a rebellion, a resistance movement against it.
All
Okay.
right. This sounds like a topic for a future podcast. But Andor, are you still watching? Have you watched all 4 episodes yet? I've watched
No,
all.
I watched one I watched one episode, and then I was like, "Oh, wait a minute! This is not Star Wars. This is an episode of Falcon Crest, but
Okay.
occasionally, like,
Okay.
there's a droid, or like it's equally boring cousin House of the Dragon, which is literally now just a freaking soap opera, and like there's not even any whiff of like the stuff that you would like Game of Thrones for.
I'm just wondering how long you're gonna keep this Falcon Crest metaphor going now.
Okay, what would have been funnier? Would
I
have
don't
been funnier
know.
if I said Knots Landing? Which
Probably
nighttime soap from the 80s should I have gone with?
Dallas. No.
Dynasty?
Dynasty.
Dallas?
Jesus Christ.
No,
All
I
right.
didn't want to go for any of the big names. That's why I say Falcon Crest.
All right. So Andor is Falcon Crest to Teebs. Me, I'm still kind of making my formulating my opinion. I'm still giving it a chance, but yeah, something needs to be infiltrated like soon, or I'm gonna be out because like it's like you said, it's taking way too long to cash in on the promise of the show, and it's just like maybe it's just
Like,
because I have a shitty
wait,
attention span. I don't know.
wake me up when Saul Guerrero shows up.
Yes.
Then I'm in.
Then I'm in.
Until that happens, just no.
We're gonna have future updates.
Wait a minute.
What?
Just a
Okay.
second.
All right. All right.
Let
Okay.
me just roll that back.
Teebs needs to roll back. Teebs needs to roll back. Oh Jesus.
Now, famously, I'm a big episode 1 stan.
Yes.
Now, if your complaint is that episode 1 does not have enough going on and is too complex to understand, where's the outcry about Andor? Where are you guys now?
Valid point. Very valid point. We're also gonna have future discussions on things. We have, like we said in the last companion podcast, we have gotten in the lottery for the Street Fighter 6 beta. We are currently figuring out where the hell we stand with that. It's supposed to be released today, as we're recording, October 2nd, or are we gonna know like October 5th?
We'll find out. We're gonna know October 5th when the podcast comes out. They should be sending out the notifications. But I might be too busy playing Overwatch 2.
Oh, that's right. Overwatch 2. When does that come out? I know we talked about this before, and I'm like
Tuesday, October 4th.
I'm highly in, especially since Teebs, why don't you break the great financial news about Overwatch 2?
It's free to play.
FTP, free to play. I don't see Activision or EA or anybody else doing that. Blizzard is out here like, you know what? We got the sequel of this great franchise that we've had. You know what? Fuck it. Let's just give it to everybody. Hell with it. Here you go, folks. Overwatch 2. Have fun. It's free. I mean, it's free if you have PC. I don't know how it would rock if you're like PS5.
No, it's free on console.
Is it?
Free.
It's free for all. Nice. It's gonna be. Oh my god! Now I can't wait because it's gonna be fucking Thunderdome when we log on the first time.
You know it.
But outside of that, all we got going on, more Halloweeny type episodes. At the time of the release of this companion podcast, I myself will have gone through the original Castlevania. Teebs has the daunting task of going through Castlevania 2, but he's rewarded because he gets Castlevania 3, which is arguably the best of the entire goddamn series. And then I round out
we might have to split Castlevania. How about this? How about we split Castlevania 3 across 2 playthroughs?
Nah, that's not necessary. You sat through Castlevania.
Yeah, let's split it.
Listen,
it's
only fair. It's only fair. You're sitting through the punishment and the long slog that is Castlevania 2. So you take Castlevania 3 and I'll take Super Castlevania 4. That is fine.
I still think we should split it. We'll talk off air.
But I'm convinced of letting you have Castlevania 3 because I kind of feel bad that I'm making you play Simon's Quest.
Simon's Quest is not that bad. It's pretty bad. But it's
Simon's
not
Quest
that
is
bad
pretty
once you
bad.
know what to do.
We are streaming Castlevania on our Twitch every Tuesday. Link will be in the YouTube description. And as well, follow this fine program on YouTube, follow us on the podcast, wherever you download your podcast, Apple, Spotify, Google, Amazon. We're on Amazon Music, for God's sake. On Twitter, I am at DOB Royster. Teebs is at Teebk. You can follow the show at Teebs and KidVersus. That's it. That's the companion. We're done. We're gonna continue recording, podcasts for Spotify. We're just gonna get out of here. How about that? We're gonna get off camera.
Out of here.
We're gonna get off video. No more video for this week. Just none. That's it. This and the streaming.
Good.
That's the only way you're gonna see our faces. So come on in.
That's right.
Links are in the description. That's it. We're out of here. Like, we're done. No more. That's
out of here.
We're done. We're out of here.